Let me go straight across to my guests who are joining me this evening with the question, should religion be kept out of classrooms? Let me straight away take that question to Dr. Kavita Reddy, who is joining us from the Congress party. We'll also be joined by two other guests. We have Ganesh Karnik, who is the BJP spokesperson of the Karnataka unit. He'll be joining us in just a bit. And Pastor Sunil Mahade is the president of the Hubballi Taluka Pastors and Christian Leaders Association. We are expecting him to join us. And Chambi Puranik is a retired dean of the Karnataka State Open University in Mysore, will be joining us in just a bit. So as I promised, a full panel ahead. Dr. Reddy, I am starting with you. Do you see this as problematic? I understand this is a Christian institution. I understand that the land that they have been built on, it's a 100-year-old school, that the land the school is built on is not given by the state government. They don't get any funds from the state government. But it is simply wrong to ask a Hindu child to carry a Bible and take it to the scripture class or have a scripture class at all. Do you see this? What do you see this as?
I think is, as you said, it's just pure polarization tricks by the BJP and the Sangha Parivar.
But how
they just don't have anything to demonstrate in the state in terms of progress and in terms of development. So they pick on all these things. First thing, the Clarence school is a 100-year-old school. There are hundreds of schools which are run by the minority institutions. And for example, B.S. Yediyurappa, CM, ex-Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa's son himself studied in one of those institutions. So in no minority institution or any institution for that matter, nobody is forcing any religious scripts on any of the students.
In this school, Dr. Reddy, in this school, very clearly, I've seen the admission form. It is asking for parents' consent, saying that you will not have a problem with kids carrying a Bible to school every day and taking it to their scripture class. That is forcing them, right?
If you are not giving a consent, then you will not force them, as simple as that. So this is part of the legality. They've been there for 100 years now, as you yourself said. That if you're not giving consent, it's fine. Like in many schools, Christian schools, they have a mass. Every week they have a mass. Only most of the Christian students attend. Some of the Christian students themselves don't attend the mass. So it is a choice given.
But here the choice is not given. But here the choice is not given. The parents are saying either accept it or get lost. The choice is not given.
No, I don't think so. That is, then in that case, if you look at the national education policy, you're also trying to put in other, religion, this thing also, scriptures also into the education, right? So the same discussion happened with the same state government where you wanted to teach Bhagavad Gita and Mahabharata also part of it. So far, as a student, I myself have read all the scriptures. I read the Bhagavad Gita, which was done by the BHP in my own school. I've read the Ramayana, which was done by the BHP. We had the Bible Society of India coming and teaching us Bible. We had even a Quran session happening in our school. So all these schools have part of the social development and a moral thing. They have these kind of programs running throughout the year.
So Captain Ganesh Karnik, Captain Ganesh Karnik, what is the problem? Okay, Dr. Reddy. Okay. So, Captain Ganesh Karnik, you're joining us from the Karnataka BJP. What is the problem then? Ask Dr. Reddy. This is a Christian school. Good evening, sir. No, this is a Christian school. If they ask for children to carry Bible so that they can study a bit of scriptures, what's the problem? The school can very well say, we are asking for a parent's consent. We are not forcing anyone. If you don't give consent, take your child out of the school.
I convey my greetings to co-panelists. I don't even know who are there because I joined just now.
Okay.
And I don't know what is the discussion at this stage.
Okay, the discussion has just started. Discussion has just started. Dr. Kavita Reddy was the one speaking before you. She's the Congress spokesperson. Go ahead, sir.
That's okay. That's okay. Fine. Good evening to Dr. Kavita Reddy also. See, we have been talking loudly about so-called secularism, which was introduced in this country surreptitiously in 76 without much discussion. That is one part. Secondly, the very word that is the Christian school. Why do you want to divide the schools? Hindu school, Christian school, Muslim school? Yes, even from earlier days in Christian schools or schools managed by Christian authorities, they used to possibly introduce Christian students to Bible. That was not made compulsory. Today, the issue has come up because it is being made compulsory for every student. Actually, as per the constitution, they have the right to establish institutions. There is no doubt about it.
Exactly.
But the problem is you have 60, 70, 80% majority community students in that school, and you want to teach Bible or want to teach religious teachings to all the students. Don't make it compulsory. You take your Christian students and teach them, nobody will object. Now, parents have been objecting. It is not that they're teaching it only to the Christian community students. They're teaching it to everybody.
No,
and they're making
parents
it
have not been
compulsory.
objecting.
Obviously.
These are right-wing groups that are objecting in Bangalore, because some parents that are reporters have spoken to have said for 13 years our child was in this class, and yes, they used to teach them the Bible, but there was no pressure on them to convert. So some parents are okay with it, some parents are not okay with it.
Exactly. The parents who are not okay with it, how can you compel them? And I belong to Mangalore city, and I know in this city also there are Christian schools, but Bible is taught to only those Christian students, not for others. For others, there is a moral lesson class. Let them conduct that. Why do you want to force these issues? Will they not shout tomorrow if government makes Bhagavad Gita compulsory in every schools?
No, but the government is planning to make Bhagavad Gita also compulsory in schools, part of syllabus.
It is not done at all. It is not done.
But the plan is there. The chief minister has spoken about it. The education minister has spoken about it.
Speaking is
Your chief minister himself said that no religious script should be made mandatory. I myself have read Mahabharata, Ramayana through BHP organization, Bible also through Bible Society. It is not. I mean, these are not compulsory things. These are add-ons.
Look at this.
If it is an add-on, it's fine. I mean, it's okay to know about other religions, because we all have to live in
But Dr.
harmony.
Reddy, I think the point that Captain Karnik is making is it's not voluntary. You're asking for a parent's consent. In this case, what is a parent supposed to do? This is a good school. They want their children to go to good schools. They have no choice but to say yes.
Madam, sorry, I can butt in for a minute.
Yes,
See, when
yes,
they
Captain.
They are quoting Chief Minister's statement. They are quoting Education Minister's statement. It's only a statement. Here we are referring to Bible being taught compulsory to every student. They are not talking about it. The minute you talk of Bhagavad Gita, everybody jumps. I don't know what is their problem, but the same people, they have an acceptance. If it is Bible, if it is Quran, if it is minority community, something. Congress should be squarely blamed for creating this kind of a divide in the community all these years by illegally appeasing minority community to that extent. Today, nobody can talk against them. Whereas Chief Minister making a statement that possibly, yes, we may introduce Bhagavad Gita as a moral lesson, they are going to complain. But here there are institutions for insisting on teaching Bible to every student. It is okay with them.